Yo, how's it going, boys? Welcome back to a brand new video. And it's been a while since I have ever updated. Well, ever since I made a guide, like an actual guide, not just me fucking playing games. So we're gonna make a guide on Mars. And I don't know why, I just feel like Mars is super fun. You know? He's just a hero. He does a lot. He's good this patch. He has amazing ulti. He has very good laning. Very good attack animation, very good right click damage. He has two spells to secure range creeps essentially and to secure last hits. That also harasses the enemy. That's like really strong in lane. And he has a way to like push people away, right? So like any melee hero kind of has a problem that, you know, if you're up against Troll Warlord, Razor, Ursa, Monkey King, you kind of just die. I mean, they could like potentially dodge your spear, but if you're good, you should not let them dodge it. You can like push them away. God's Rebuke, you know, just very nice last hitting mechanic. They did nerf the cooldown, I believe. They nerfed Mars a lot, man. This hero used to be fucking busted. Bulwark is just very nice to have. It's kind of like Bristleback, you know. You just kind of become tanky naturally without having to do much against physical damage. And the toggle is kind of nice for your team. Although, I feel like this is more of like a meme than actual use. Like, no one actually fucking uses this. Arena of Blood is probably the best ulti of all times. Just cause, like, this shit... Okay, first of all, Mars with just solo, he can probably kill any carry or any hero, for that matter, once he gets level 6. Solo. If he gets the spear into the arena, into the God's Rebuke, combo off, alright? Or you can do the God's Rebuke into the spear, into the whatever the fuck this is, Arena of Blood. So, that's one thing. And second of all, this single spell is probably one of the best targeting spells with any fucking hero. Like, I'm talking Phoenix, okay? I'm talking, you know, Tidehunter even, Earthshaker, Magnus. Essentially, Pangolier, Monkey King, right? Monkey King, very nice. Medusa, very nice. Because it leaves them in an awkward position where they can't run away, but they can, like, look at you. Shadow Fiend, very, very nice. Because, you know, forces them to walk away. Gyro, not really. Darkseer, Puck. Actually, no, not Puck. Why? You know, anything that's AoE essentially. Black Hole, like fucking Enigma. Easy. Like anything that makes people want to run away is very, very nice. And this is like because most ultis like want you to keep you within it, right? Like Monkey King's ulti, Black Hole. Mars is kind of like makes it so you can't leave it. You know what I mean? It's very nice combos, especially like the Phoenix one. Mars Phoenix protects the egg, the Shadow Fiend like going in, like that's some team combo shit. Like Mars is like very good for that. And he's a natural tank, right? So he's not like an Enigma that, you know, he does this shit. He's not like an Earthshaker offlane. He's kind of like a Tidehunter offlane where he has a very good ulti for team fights. And on top of that, he's just naturally tanky and can be the tank for your team, which is very nice. And you know, Magnus is not really like a tank. Like no one wants to tank on Magnus because this guy can't tank, right? He has a really good reverse polar. He has a buff, but that's about it. He doesn't tank essentially. Like Tidehunter tanks, Temersat tanks, Mars tanks, Bristleback tanks, but Bristleback doesn't do jack shit. Don't play Bristleback, guys. This hero shit right now. I'm gonna do a guide on Bristleback actually next video. But yeah, I was saying, like my rune rate on Mars, you know, it's not the best, but I have learned how to play this hero, and we're gonna go right into it, boys. We're gonna do some demo. Okay, so playing Mars. So what you guys gotta understand is that Mars, let's just go with the skilling for a bit, okay? Level up. Let's just level up real quick. I'm gonna teach you guys what to skill. So level 1, you got two options, right? So you never take this shit, obviously. So you either take the God's Rebuke or you take the Spear. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that the God's Rebuke is less mana, but you have full mana when you start the game. So the mana the extra mana on this is not that bad, and this is a 2-second less cooldown, and it does more damage, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, it is because I leveled up to level 25. That's why. Yeah, it does more damage at level 1, but the thing is, this is much easier to like land, kind of, because it has a bigger radius, right? Like it's like a bigger radius like that. Well, although the spear is kind of like further away. Now, the time that I would definitely get the spear 100% is if I'm up against like a Ursa. Actually, Ursa level 1 is not even that strong. Let's say I'm up against a Razor, okay? I don't want to get fucking linked. I'm definitely getting the spear. So if you want to push people away, or if they got a support that's like super annoying, like a Clockwork or something, I don't know, you can get the spear and just push them away. This is kind of like your escape card in the early game, alright? Your God's Rebuke is just to secure last hit. So every time, especially the range creep, so every time the creep is kind of low, like the range creep is getting kind of low, this is what you want to do it like this, right? You want to do it like this. So the enemy is here, they're gonna try to deny the creep. As they're going for it, you're just gonna hit them. Okay, I fucked that one up, but you get the idea, boys. So yeah, level 2, you always want to just go spear like that. And on level 2, I would say get more points into your spear. The reason why I say that is that this scales much better than the God's Rebuke. God's Rebuke scales with damage and cooldown, which is not bad, but you already get the 40% slow, right? There's also a 40% slow onto this thing. So this makes it so it's easier for you to land your spell, essentially. Like if I slow this guy and he's trying to run away, it's much easier for me to get him than if he was not slowed, right? And think about it, this guy doesn't have boots yet. So I would say, you know, yeah. Also, people get Aura Venom with the God's Rebuke because this shit actually stacks for some reason and just slows them by a lot. But yeah. Second, you want to max this, and you just want to max your spear. And the reason why you want to max your spear is because you actually need the range on this, because you want to push them far enough from the arena, right? If they're like over here, if you push them, like you might not even get it to land if they're like standing right here and you're trying to push them on the other side for some reason. So you want to, because this does scale with range as well. And if you level this up to level 4, at level 7, this is a lot of damage, man. 725 damage nuke. This is like a Night Stalker Void almost. This is very strong at level 7. Like, this is a lot of HP. Think about it. Level 7 hero, like this is half his HP, bro. Shit is half his HP. Any hero will die. Especially if you get them on your wall. Like the wall does 100 damage every second. You can walk up and hit them twice and just God's Rebuke them and they're dead. It's very, very strong. And as I was saying, you might, if the lane is kind of hard and they have a lot of right click, you might want to get this for the value, just because 40% is quite a lot, and you can tank up towers. But generally, if I can skip this, I just skip it. Like if I'm playing mid lanes Mars, you know, like sometimes I play mid lane Mars because this guy is kind of strong and very good against heroes like Lycan mid and etc, etc. Because he just shits on Lycan in lane, and then he just kills Lycan. And Lycan just can't run away. And he doesn't really die to summons either. It's kind of like we're still back, you know. But you also have to be farmed. And God's Rebuke max it out. And now what you can do is you basically just clear creep waves. And like this, boop, boop. And then the creep wave is dead. And then you move on with your day. Mars actually farms very, very fast. Like Mars, all you need is mana, guys. You need to buy a lot of clarity. So you need to buy bottle. You need to buy whatever the fuck gives you mana. I'll do the item in the second here. But if you have a Desolator, you can one-shot creep waves with just God's Rebuke. So that's the thing. And anyways, for the talents, you know, I'll say movement speed is not bad, but I usually like damage. Armor is good and all, but it really depends. Like, if I only get this, if they have physical damage, I don't get this shit. Because I have fucking Bulwark, right? I don't care. I just have to, like, man it up. The only time where I get the armor is, let's say, if they have a Slardar or they have like a Deso and like fucking like a shit ton of minus armor for some reason. Like they just had their whole team has like a bunch of minus armor, like Vengeful Spirit, Tidehunter potentially, Like their whole team is minus armor, okay? Then I will get this. If not, I'm getting God's Rebuke cooldown because it's just good. It's just too good. 6 seconds God's Rebuke. Holy shit, that's really strong. Level 20, I would say probably the stun is better because, you know, disables and whatnot. But if you find people getting BKBs is a lot and you just kind of like don't care. Like 160 damage is quite a lot of a nuke for strength hero. Magic spell is really nice. 25, this is more of a meme. I would say this shit doesn't really do anything. I mean, it does, but like fuck it, bro. You want to get a bigger crit, am I not right? Like, bro, come on. You're gonna be a fucking carry Mars here. You're not gonna, if you're trying to build pipe and fucking Vanguard, you're doing Mars all wrong, my friend. So yeah, this is the next thing I'm gonna talk about. You know, the rest is just leveling up shit. So item builds. Now, if you're playing Mars and you're playing him like a fucking centaur, and you're playing him like a, you know, Tidehunter doesn't even play like this anymore. Tidehunter kind of does still. If you're playing Mars like a Tidehunter, like a Bristleback, you're doing your job very wrong, my friend. Mars could be like a semi-carry, okay? He's not like Bristleback where if he gets fucking Kaiden and loses his lane, he just completely gets shit on. You could go like Pipe and Crimson Guard and just be completely fucking useless. That's what you could do. Or, like, this is bad, okay? Mars generally wants to go, like... Alright, so if I'm playing Mars, I'm probably gonna go something like this. Bracer, I'm gonna get a wand, right? And, I'm gonna try to go, like, carry mode. So, I'm just gonna give you guys starting items. Starting items, buy Quelling Blade. You can go Gauntlet of Strength. You can buy some branches. Get some tangos. You can get, like, a wand. You can get some mangoes if you want, you know, for the lane. So, you can spam your spells. Again, Mars needs mana. Mana is what makes Mars good. No mana, Mars is shit. So, and Mars does have a very big mana problem, by the way. So you gotta keep that in mind. You're gonna almost every game you're playing, you're gonna run out of mana. Unless you have a Coddle in your lane, if you have a CM. Even with CM is not enough. You're gonna have a Coddle to not have mana problems. And he has to be constantly fucking giving you mana. After that, you know, go for a Bracer. And then always get a stick just because you need mana. Like, it's just very good value. Even if you might not get it in the lane. Like, let's say they don't have like spell spamming heroes. You don't have to get it right away, but you should definitely get it at some time into the game. Bottle is actually very legit on Mars, guys. Offlane Mars, mid lane Mars, Bottle, both very, very good items. Just because in the early game, if you get a Soul Ring, you're gonna have HP problems, bro. Like, Mars actually doesn't really regen HP if you didn't know. Mars doesn't have a single spell that gives him HP, right? Unlike heroes like, you know, DK, or heroes like some offlaner that can fucking lifesteal, like Timbersaw, or Timbersaw has a bunch of regen. Unlike these heroes, or like Legion potentially, he can kind of heal himself. Mars doesn't really do that, right? And, I mean, you could say I'm gonna get Vlad's, but, you know, Soul Ring is just kind of shit at the moment. But, you know, Bottle might not be good, you know. Maybe if your mid laner buys a Bottle and he needs to get every single rune, like a Quap, you don't want to get Bottle, because then you're kind of fucking over your Quap. It's either like you get the rune and your Quap doesn't, or your Quap gets the rune and you have a fucking empty Bottle. So, that's kind of the thing. You can also let your support, every time they TP in, to fill the Bottle for you. That's nice. Next up, you know, boots of choice. Tranquil boots if you're trying to grief your team. If you're playing support Mars, like, that shit is retarded. It's not retarded, it's just not as good, right? I would say as Mars, you kind of want to go a little bit of a damage build. So it's either Treads or Phase Boost here. But as Mars, you don't really care about casting spells as, like, I mean, you don't really care about right clicking as much, because God's Rebuke doesn't require right clicking, and you're kind of like a magic damage mix hero in the early game. And in the late game, you're gonna gain attack speed just naturally. And I feel like he has really good attack animation and stuff. Like, base attack time, everything is fine. Mars is very good. After that, if you're playing Mars, almost always you're gonna get Blink. Just because, like, Blink is just the initiation tool. It just allows you to go in first, like, balls deep, and then you can catch people, right? This is kind of the wombo combo here. Select enemy hero. I don't know. Enemy Bloodseeker. This is kind of the wombo combo. They're standing here minding their own business. You go in, boop, push them in, boop, and they're dead. If you feel like you're gonna die a lot, you could go, you know, Yule Scepter and just go Yule's people. So the Yo Scepter, what it allows you to do is that it allows you to set up for like a potential spear. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, it allows you to set up for a spear, and you know, you can dispel yourself too. Any silences, you can stun enemies like a second time. You have like a second stun, and it gives you mana. Very nice, very nice. You need mana on Mars. You know, soaring. If you don't want to go bottle, if let's say you're going Vlad, you could go Vlad. Vlad gives you mana regen. If you don't go soaring, you're gonna have to buy like 50 billion clarities in the game, by the way, or else you're gonna walk around with 0 mana. Vlad's is very nice. You know, Vlad's gives your team stuff, gives you stuff, and it allows you to heal. Like every time Mars is about to die, he kind of just does this and just gains like 50% of HP back, kind of like Tidehunter. So it's very good. If you're snowballing very hard, go Deso, because you can actually become like a semi carry if you go Deso. That's just like how Mars works. Look, do that. Oop, and I'm full HP. Deso makes Mars a semi carry. If you're losing and your team needs you to tank, don't go Deso, bro. You have to go Deso if you win your lane, okay? If you're shit and you lost your lane, you cannot go Deso. You cannot even go Blink sometimes, because you definitely don't go Vlads. If you lose your lane, what you gotta do is actually no, you have to go Blink, because that's your only playmaker to come back. Like you actually have to just go in and cast your spells and try to get 1 kill before you die. That's like if you lose your lane really badly, right? Let's say you didn't lose it that badly, you could potentially go for like a Hood. But the reason why I don't like to go Hood and Vanguard on Mars is because I like to play Mars as a semi carry rather than like a full out tank, because he actually needs to cast spells, right? So that's why like BKB is super good on this guy, because he has natural physical res. Once he has BKB, he's pretty much unkillable during that duration most of the time. So I'll say BKB, I'll always grab it. And you don't want to get BKB pipe, guys, just shit. You can get an Orb of Venom if you want in the early game, as I said. AC is good if no one else is making it on your team. You can always go, you know, Shiva's. Buff your team with Solar Crest is nice. Satanic, kind of a fucking meme at this point. This is like okay. I mean, this used to be good on Mars, but not really anymore. Lifesteal it all back. Radiance is a fucking meme. Oh yeah, if they really have, and this is another thing why Yos is kind of good. Let's say they have a Troll or Orisa, you kind of want to get this, right? Halberd. Or you can just Yos them, and they just can't hit. Like let's say they got a Troll Warlord. This is actually a very good explanation. Let's say they get a Troll Warlord, right? Level up enemy to max. Let's say the Troll ults on you. Let's say the Troll ults on you. So you could either halberd the guy, or if he ults on you, you can just Yos him up. And then just go like, hello there, my friend. Yeah, that's it. So essentially that's about it. What else was I gonna say? Right, the other items are kind of meme-ish. Aghanim Scepter is basically like a meme. Oh no, Moon Shard, the shard, right? So the shard is actually not bad, because the shard, like, it's like a little bit of like an AoE denial, right? And it kind of does like clear creep waves and whatnot. And you can pin up to 2 people to your wall, which is pretty damn good. Yeah, 2 people, guys. That's a lot. The shard is pretty nice actually sometimes. Also, like, sets up with any like spell that like forces people to be in one area, because you're kind of like a Jakiro now. Holy shit, Mars is so good. And this is kind of like a meme. I mean, I personally never press Bulwark. Like, it's kind of like if you're pushing towers, because that's the only time you can actually remember to do it. Otherwise, kind of like a meme. Oh yeah, and obviously you can always go Rapier, bro. If you really make it to the late game, just go Rapier and you're fine. Yeah, I don't know, this is really weird spot, and these things actually hit buildings. Like, this is a joke. I don't know. This is more like one of those things where it's very nice in theory, but it doesn't actually work out that well in the game, right? It's kind of like a meme build rather than like a legit build. Abyssal's always nice, but you're gonna have mana problems like this. You can always buy Clarities. You could buy Silver Edge. like as I said, Mars is a carry, but you generally don't want to go like Scotty and shit, right? Your blink, you can upgrade it to overwhelming blink or arcane blink for faster cast range. I mean, faster cast time. This is actually very strong. Holy shit, Mars cast is fast. Anyways, that's about it, guys. Mars is good against any physical damage. He's bad against like silences, a lot of roots, slows. He's not good against, you know, the Monkey King. He's actually okay against. He destroys his trees. He's not really good against, like, you know, the Bat Riders, people that don't give a fuck about his ulti. Night Stalker flies over. Okay, Night Stalker very big. Flies over his fucking sting right away instantly. You can't even spear him. He's gonna silence you. He's gonna kill you. He's gonna slow you, right? He's good against like Legion. He's bad against like tanky heroes, believe it or not, because he kind of just like uses his combo and he doesn't have enough damage to like kill them. He's bad against, you know, the anti-mages, the juggernauts, people that can just leave his fucking wall very freely. Even Ursa can leap out too. You know, PL. So yeah, that's kind of like the thing. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the Twitch, check out the Patreon, check out the Discord, check out the anything and everything, boys. Have a very nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.